Breaking news out of Washington. The Senate has voted to acquit President Donald Trump on the charges facing him in the impeachment trial. We'll have a live report from D.C. Plus, the coronavirus continues to spread rapidly. A 12th case just confirmed in the U.S. We'll have the latest worldwide prevention efforts ordered by the CDC.
Now, from Honolulu, for all of Hawaii, this is KITV4 Island News Midday.
Aloha and mahalo for tuning in to KITV4 Island News Midday on this Wednesday, February 5th. I'm Lindsay Fukano. We do start now with some breaking news out of Washington as the Senate has voted to acquit President Donald Trump on the charges facing him in the impeachment trial. Let's get right to our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler live on Capitol Hill now. Matt, what do we know so far?
Lindsay, good afternoon. The Senate voting just moments ago to acquit President Donald Trump on both charges against him, meaning he will not be removed from office. Those two votes, again, the abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. On that abuse charge, the Senate voting 52-48 not guilty. On the obstruction of Congress article, 53-47 not guilty. A two-thirds majority was needed to convict the president. No Democrat siding with the Republican in these votes to acquit the president. Utah Senator Mitt Romney was the only Republican senator who voted to convict the president. On the abuse of power article, he flipped on that obstruction of Congress article. Locally, Senator Mazie Hirono and Brian Schatz, both Democrats, found the president guilty on both charges. Senators voted separately on each of those two charges facing the president. Again, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The majority finding the president not guilty in what was the quickest Senate trial in U.S. history. The vote capping more than 4 months of the House impeachment process. Then the Senate trial where Democrats accused President Trump of withholding U.S. military aid to Ukraine in exchange for an investigation of the president's political rivals, notably Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Now, in some ways, the outcome of today's vote was predetermined. A two-thirds majority, as I said, of the Senate was needed to convict the president of the charges against him. The Democratic caucus had just 47 votes coming into the trial. Senators on both sides of the aisle knew that it was almost impossible to do in a Republican-controlled Senate, but now moving forward, Senator Schatz and Hirono believe the lack of additional witnesses and evidence, and ultimately this acquittal sets a bad precedent moving forward.
What the Senate did was an affront to the basic idea of a trial. And for all of the crocodile tears of my colleagues, all of the fake outrage at the accusation, we must call this what it was. It's a cover-up.
One of the messages of this is if any committee wants to do oversight of this president or this administration, good luck with that. Good luck getting information, because he can stonewall everything.
Now, regarding those witnesses and documents, any further evidence, we could be really looking at another round two here on Capitol Hill. The House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler saying today he wouldn't mind hearing from former National Security Advisor John Bolton under oath, a potential to subpoena him to testify before the Judiciary Committee. So while the impeachment trial is wrapping up here on Capitol Hill, there could be more testimony, more subpoenas issued here in the coming weeks. Live on Capitol Hill, Matt Knadler, KITV4 Island News.